Kia ora koutou. I'm Michael Cabral-Tarry. I'm the national convener for the Aotearoa Social Studies Educators Association, which is the national network of expertise and subject association for social studies, right from year 0 to year 13. I'm also a member of the Senior Social Studies Subject Expert Group. The changes that are taking place at level 1 of NCEA in the social sciences are massive. There are some changes that are quite controversial and which have the potential to be disruptive. And there are some changes that are actually really exciting. I think there's three key changes that will impact on learning at level 1 in the social sciences. First, we have to talk about the subjects that are vanishing from level 1: media studies, psychology, art history, and classical studies. Now, it's true that they will still be there at levels 2 and 3 of the curriculum, and there is truth in Chris Hipkin's statement that getting rid of these subjects at level 1 will allow for more specialisation at levels 2 and 3. But equally, we can't escape the fact that ākonga in New Zealand secondary schools will miss out on some really important learning as a consequence. As an example, throughout 2020, we've seen the rise of misinformation and alternative narratives. Now, more than ever, we need rangatahi who can engage with media through critical lenses, who can understand the psychology of someone who would refuse medical treatment in the middle of a pandemic, who has a good understanding of how societies grow and develop. Now is not the time to be getting rid of subjects from level 1 of the social sciences. The second key change is the creation of a new subject at level 1, commerce. Up until now, ākonga at level 1 in the social sciences have studied economics or business studies. They might have done accounting too. Now, economics isn't quite the same thing as business studies. There's a reason why a lot of schools offer both subjects. They've got slightly different focuses and emphases. And although sticking them together does make sense, it's not without its challenges. It'll be interesting to see what commerce ends up looking like once the work of the review of achievement standards and the commerce subject expert group is complete. Hopefully, there's more gained than is lost. Third change, the development of content in tikanga a iwi. The social sciences in Te Marutanga of Aotearoa have always been the less resourced and less supported poor cousin of those in the New Zealand curriculum, and that's always sat uncomfortably with me. We can't bang on about Indigenous knowledge being as valid as non-Indigenous knowledge if tikanga a iwi gets less attention than social sciences. It's really neat to see some real money and real resourcing going into Te Marutanga. Of course, we can't really talk about the key changes coming in at level 1 in the social sciences without mentioning the Aotearoa New Zealand Histories curriculum. Now, this isn't at level 1 since it stops at the end of year 10, but it's going to become the only compulsory subject at any level of any of the curriculums. And consequently, you better believe that it's going to have an impact on the social sciences at NCEA. Quite what that impact will be remains to be seen. It might cause numbers of students in the senior school to fluctuate. It might pique the interests of some students and might put others off the social sciences entirely. It is likely to affect the teaching loads of social science specialists. That is likely to have an impact on their ability to deliver their specialist senior subjects. They may lose a line or two to teach the junior students the Aotearoa New Zealand Histories curriculum, and that will limit the time they have to teach senior students geography and history and social studies. The next year is an exciting time for social science educators. Changes, lots of challenges, but if anyone can handle a situation packed with change and challenge, it's a teacher in New Zealand, and especially a social science teacher. Kia ora.